he even leave home if you're not gonna do homework? That's also a good point.
So true.
You might have to dig deep for this. What's the time that you asked your parents for something and one of them said yes and the other said no? Or if they disagreed on how you were going to be raised a certain way, like what's something your parents actually disagreed about regarding you?
I always pinned them against each other. That's why they got a divorce. No, I knew that my dad he would say yes during in between piano lessons for a lot of things.
Just to get you off of his back?
Or I just knew that was good timing because like he has one lesson and another lesson, so he's free in between. So if I want to get something or like ask for like a thing to buy or whatever, like he's more like chill between those times.
Oh.
But after my mom comes back and all that, don't even think about it because he's busy and like catching up and doing stuff.
What kind of
with my
stuff
mom.
were you asking for at that time?
Like toys or giving me a ride or like whatever favor I want, right?
Yeah.
And then certain things I'll be like, oh, I want to ask my mom, but it'll be the weekends. So I'll be like, the weekends are good because my mom's like chilling, she's not working, we're at a park, we're having fun, and then it's like I've been wanting this toy. Then like my dad will always go, we don't got money, I don't want to do it. But my mom would be like, if she's in a good mood, she'll be like, okay, we could buy.
But have they ever been like yes and no, like both of them separately?
Yeah, I'm sure, like, but I would ask, like, if one person says no, I would ask the other one, and I would wait for a good time.
Oh, so then the yes will always win over the no?
Well, one of them will say yes, right? Because one will say no, but they didn't communicate.
Right,
So.
my parents too.
Oh, so you say when the person says yes can get you the thing while that person's just not even there? You mean like that?
Yeah, like,
He just needs maybe one yes and it'll happen. Versus two yeses, maybe.
yeah. And then usually, it's never a forever no.
Have they ever consulted with each other over anything?
Probably, but, like, or they might see one day I had this thing, and they're like, why'd you get him that? And they're like, well, I don't know, he wanted it, or like, yeah.
Mine was when I was 15. My mom first let me have a car. This is when I first moved in with my dad. She let me have her car, and then one day I came out and I'm like, oh fuck, my car's stolen. It's my mom's car. My mom's car's stolen, and I called her. I'm like, Mom, my car got stolen. She goes, I stole it.
Oh yeah.
And then it was because what I didn't know is that she came every week to look at how many miles I was driving. And during those days, like, we're going raving, right?
So she was riding down the mile?
Yeah, so we're going to fucking like Masterdome and shit, which is like in Big Bear or San Bernardino. And then so it's like my miles are probably crazy, probably thousands per week. And then so she was like, I stole it. And then so I asked her, I was like, well, I still need a car. And she was a hard no on car, like, you don't need no fucking car. And my dad's like, you're in America, you need a fucking car, you're 15 years old, you need to get around. So I think he was for the independence part of it. Yeah. And I think my mom's perspective is like, what the hell did you do to earn a car? You know?
What did she expect you to do, walk? I used to walk 20 miles.
Yeah, either walk or only do things where you're conveniently, like,
you could get picked up.
Your dad drops you off. Like, you have to live conveniently to your dad's life.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
And then,
Your dad's like, I want to fucking pick him up.
Yeah.
Just give him the car.
Yeah, so my dad was like, I think was in a lower financial situation than my mom, but he was like, fuck it, let's go get you a car. And I think he gave me like 2 G's and I bought a car off my aunt. So I at least had a car versus my mom could have afforded more easily, but she was like, nah, what did you do to earn it? You have 4.0, you know? No straight A, no car.
Damn, you'd have to get straight A's?
Or some shit like that.
Your mom saw it as a privilege, your dad saw it as a necessity.
It's a necessity.
What was your GPA around that time?
Oh, dude, probably like 0.83 or like, I probably had all F's, 1 D, and PE or some shit like that. Dude. It was like crazy. But yeah, and then my dad was like, you're in America, you're 15, you need a car and a cell phone. And my mom like, what? And a cell phone? He don't own a car and he don't own a cell phone. And then my dad's like, how are you gonna fucking contact him when he's not at home? Yeah. You know?
Your dad's pretty practical.
He's very practical. And my mom's probably like, why he even leave home if you're not gonna do homework?
That's also a good point.
So true.
Damn, those are both good points.
Where the hell is like he going? You know?
Doesn't do homework. You shouldn't be out of house.
Hey, you keep going to San Bernardino? Yeah, I can see that.
My dad has the final say to everything.
Oh, so even if your mom said no, but your dad said yes, it's a yes?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll go to my mom, like, Mom, can I spend the night at the homies? And she'd be like, yes, no problem, just ask dad. So me and my brother run to my dad, like, just fucking praying, like, please say yes. Then I go to my dad, Dad, could we go to the homies? My dad says no, and I'm like, damn. But I go back to my mom, and Mom, Dad said no. Then my mom goes like, didn't you know?
Damn.
Wow.
That's at least they're a team.
Yeah, that's the only time.
I would kind of pin mine against each other
you
too.
would?
Well, in the sense that like I would ask my mom, she would say no, and then I would ask my dad, he would say yes, and I would have time to go do said thing, and then she wouldn't realize it until after said thing was done, and then it was.
But my dad said yeah.
Yeah. Until it was like only if we could both say yes, then it's a yes.
Yeah.
You're banking on that technicality period.
The technicality period. Yeah. The loopholes.
It's like drawing a foul, you know, like NBA basketball games. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I guess we got 20 more seconds to play.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tired of your mom finding all your porn sites?
Don't let that happen again with VP.net.
It's the only VPN that can't spy on you.
Every other VPN can technically see what you're browsing.
And you just have to trust that they won't leak or sell your data.
VP.net's hardware separates your identity and traffic patterns.
This makes it physically impossible to monitor you.
To have true, complete privacy, sign up with vp.net/jknews. Like this.
Link in the description below.
Yeah, be privacies.
Baby.
There was a time that I still like am pretty sad about this to this day for some reason. I think I talked to my mom about it way later, but when I was 6, this kid invited me to his birthday party, and he went to our school, and this kid was the only non-Seventh-day Adventist kid in school. He was Catholic. And then his birthday party was on a Saturday, which is the day that you're not supposed to do anything but pray or go to church.
Church day, right?
Church day. And then I asked my dad, and he's like, yeah. And then when I asked my mom, she was like, no, I don't like the idea of you going to a birthday party on the Sabbath. Like, it's not good. So me and your dad are going to talk about it, and we're going to tell you tomorrow. So then they just like, I guess they literally conferred over it. Like it looked like a meeting. Like
Some good teamwork.
they were talking about it for a long time, and then the next day my mom was like, so we talked about it and we decided that you cannot go to this party. And I was just like, what the heck? And then like for some reason it just stuck in my head, and every year of my life I was just like, that shit fucking sucks. Like
I would have that too.
it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, it's a kid's birthday, and like how often, you know, when you're a kid, it's not like those happen very often.
No.
There was only like, by the time I was in first grade, that's the really tiny school. There would
And you know everyone else is going too.
Yeah, that would happen.
yeah,
all
I knew a
the
lot of the kids were gonna go, and I think I was one of the only ones that didn't, and that was just, I think the reason felt so weak and never got stronger as I got more older. You know, like
You know what the reason
think
would be for me? It would be, well, that's just the way it is. Under this house, our rules.
Yeah, I wish it was some. Yeah, it's just the fact that it was based on, because it was on Sabbath. I thought eventually I would understand that.
They had a lot of weird, hard Sabbath rules that still doesn't make sense as an adult. Like why they would do that. But I actually think it's more so if the word gets out, they would be embarrassed because of judgment from the church.
That's what I think too, or from like other family members.
Because I don't think God would be upset.
I don't think so either.
I really don't think he'd be upset. You know?
Well, because that commandment of keeping the Sabbath day holy is very like rigid, and it like obviously you can't do anything secular on the Sabbath day, but just like to think that they were like, no, because he's Catholic. Was like it was more of that.
Yeah, probably.
It's more like we don't go to Catholic birthdays. That it was more that shit, which I wish was like, you know, like what a thing
I
to,
see.
you know what I mean? Like later on in life, you just get more tolerant of other religions. You don't get more like, oh yeah, Catholics are bad. Like I got more like open to it, and I felt like, damn.
Well, she thought that you were gonna go there and start growing horns because now the devil is in your heart and like.
Influenced.
So that's the reason why I think all those rules were so stupid.
Yeah, it was just like rivalry between religions and shit, and how you just never wanted another religion to like win.
Yeah.
So it was so
That's low key like that's kind of like being racist. That's like we're not going to their kinds. You know, it's the same thing.
Yeah, and they were like, it's a Filipino family, and
Yeah.
everything was like our cultures were practically identical. It's just he goes to mass. I was like, damn, we're not gonna go to mass though. We're just gonna fucking eat cake. I was 6 years old.
No cake.
I'm gonna eat cake, not Jesus. It's fine.
Or missing out on Saturday morning cartoons.
Dude,
like-
bro, to think I didn't even see X-Men the cartoon until I was an adult practically.
Oh my god.
So good.
Because it was only on Saturdays. Same with Bobby's
right.
World. I always
Oh,
wanted to see
shit.
what Bobby's World was about.
Bobby's World's sick. I love Bobby's World.
I got two when I slept over at my friend's house.
Yeah, remember I was like, I never got to eat pork and stuff, and then you were like, I ate pork.
I got to, because I did sleepovers at other people's houses that weren't.
That's what my mom was afraid of, probably, that I would become.
I taste fucking bacon, bro, and then I joined a gang.
That was the.
yeah.
Mom maybe was right.
Bacon is a gateway to the freaking
I went-
Asian gang.
Oh my god, this is delicious. Where you from, fool?